What it do, what it is, what it ain't. Thanks for listening to the latest episode of the Get Right Podcast. Don't forget to follow and subscribe on Apple Podcasts and Spotify to get notifications of new content. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you dig? Cue the music. Yo, what it do, what it is, what it ain't. It's your boy T, man. It's the Get Right Podcast. Never rolling solo, man. Got my two dogs with me, man. You always got to start with the brain trust, the homie Rod. What's them 3 words, G?
What up, though?
Yes, sir. And the people they love to hate to love. Mr. Misconception himself. DC, bro. You got some new twists too, bro. What's good?
Yeah, man. It's your boy DC and the place to be. Shout out to the 80s, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
We come with that drip every
For
time,
sure.
bro.
For sure, bro. Like you on vacation too, got the flower shirt and everything. I like that cream shirt, bro. I'll do it. I'll rock that. You know, Rod like nope.
Bro.
We there, bro.
You,
I'm there with you, bro.
And I'll tell you a big reason I got it, bro. I can't hardly get my hands above my head. I did something at the gym. Man, I didn't like tweak my neck or something. If I try to look down too much, it hurt. Up too much, it hurt. So I can't even hardly put a shirt on, bro. So this is one of the few button-ups I own that's a t-shirt. So that's why I put this on. Doing too much, bro. Doing too much at the gym.
Welcome to the 40 Club, bro.
Bruh, that was a rude awakening.
Rod jinxed us.
Chill. You are in your 40s, sir. You need to chill. Yep. That's what my body was saying.
Speaking of probably needing to chill, maybe or maybe not. But he in his 50s, man. We love him to death too, bro. Unc Shay, bro. He was trending. He was trending with the mystery woman Michelle, man. Obviously, I know I talked with y'all about it because I was picking up my 5-year-old. And anybody that's a parent know what that car line life is about. You know what I'm saying? That car line life, no joke. You're going to be sitting there for a minute. So while I'm just sitting there, man, I see notification. Shannon Sharpe go live. I'm like, oh, man, it's Unc. Man, let me see what he talking about. You know, I got 30 minutes. But he wasn't doing like he was talking all right. He was talking all right, but not what I was expecting.
It was in the middle of the day. I didn't know when it happened.
In the middle of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like 1 in the afternoon, you know, Unkin out west, so it's in the morning.
Oh wow.
Morning time, you know, Unc be out west. So I'm like, okay, what are you talking about? You know? I was looking at, you know, here's some good words, good content, maybe motivation. But all I was hearing is that's my Michelle.
Yeah.
Whose is it? Put this up in you. But man, of course, man, everybody, if you don't know, you know, definitely you can Google it. But yeah, Shannon went live on Instagram accidentally. Phone got hacked. Didn't know.
No, he didn't get hacked.
Yep, air quotes.
He didn't get hacked. He didn't get hacked. I think he said it was his phone. He just didn't know what he was doing. He accidentally went live, but he didn't get hacked or nothing.
Yeah. No. So yeah, he went live on Club Shay Shay with Ocho, and he talked about it like, man, I showed up, you know, I had my phone, I took some pictures through the phone on the bed. Got to it. And somebody, he said his people was calling his other phone like, hey, you know you lie. And the rest history, man. But man, what y'all think, man? Rod, I seen you throw the air quotes, bro. Think he did it on purpose though, or you think like, man, user error, man? Just the OG not knowing how to use the apps.
Go either way, but I don't know. I think there was some intention behind it because all of a sudden he has I don't know what it was called, but Viagra sponsors and you know, man, he promoting pills that immediate night. You know what I mean? He's on the stream on the nightcap promoting that whatever it's called, whatever brand that was, his version of Viagra. I'm like, bro. Then he shouts that out in the middle of talking about it. I'm like, yeah, it might be a little staged, but who knows? He is, you know, in his 50s, so it is quite possible he didn't know how to use live. But again, if you're taking pictures, how you get on IG live in the first place, you know what I mean? Like that's two different apps. Plus, all people saying he was gay. You know what I mean? He released
the way he
audio of
dressed.
him. Yeah, so I don't know. You know what I mean? Like it just seemed at first I'm like, oh yeah, I don't know what the hell he doing. But even the way he was talking on it, maybe he talked like that for real, but that shit just sound to me it sound like it could have been some intentionality behind it, but I may be wrong.
He was talking spicy, boy.
Yeah.
My
What
guy
you thinking,
started
DC?
growling, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I don't know,
listen,
man. I never really thought that deep into it, man. I mean, I guess I could see it happening. I actually played with the live just to see, like, how do you accidentally go live? I will say it is a little bit easier to go live than you would think. I was able to do it in 2 clicks, 2 buttons or presses or whatever. So I suppose, it could happen, like, you're not really paying attention and you trying to maybe put the phone because I've kind of sort of done, like, I've never gone live or anything like that, but I pick up my phone, it's on camera mode, like, and it's like taking pictures of the desk or something accidentally.
Yeah.
Like, I've had that happen, you know what I'm saying? So the live thing is as unlikely as it may be. I'm not gonna say it's impossible. So I don't know. Who knows? I never really put that much thought into it, but I didn't. That wasn't my first thought. Was like, yo, this is on purpose or whatnot. But also, I didn't realize he was, giving a shout out to male enhancement
Yeah.
pills and
Yep.
stuff like that. So
Yep.
that is
Shout
kind
out,
of
shout
weird.
out,
Like, okay, what?
yeah, shout out Ryan Davis too, calling that out
Oh
as
yeah.
well.
I
Ryan
didn't even
Davis.
see that.
Yeah, Ryan Davis got on. Yeah, he said his spiel. He said he didn't know nothing about it because he was trying to take a social media break this month. And he was gonna get to it in Q4, starting in October. But he was like, man, a good friend of mine that I, befriended, man, since I've been doing the comedy, T.O. Terrell Owens. He said T.O. hit him up like, man, I know you about to go on here. And he was like, go on here for what? Oh, you ain't know? And so he said T.O. sent him the video. So he was like, I guess I gotta do one.
Oh
So
wow,
like,
I gotta check that out.
yeah, he did it. He talked about it, and he said, man, you he was like, I think you knew better, because you out here
T.O.
promoting it.
was going, yeah. T.O. was going
Yeah,
hilarious.
he was like, you did it. You know what it was. You created that. You got your plug. You got your hype, and we know as the community, our culture was on you about, your sexuality, and I guess you wanted to just debunk all of that. Go ahead and debunk all of that.
That still wouldn't debunk it though. Even
Yeah,
I mean,
but so
if
he
it's
said,
true or not, I don't know.
yeah,
Don't really care.
who cares? Yeah, and so he said, look, man, I ain't finna go in on you, but I will later. So Ryan said he gonna get him. He's like, I gotta get you. I gotta get you. This ain't gonna be now, but you ain't gonna see me coming. And then he was like, that did not sound right. And then,
Pause.
then he ended the video. But Ryan Davis had some words, bro. And he don't miss, man, when he
Ryan don't
makes his
miss.
points, man. So
Look, if Ryan say it was fake, then it was fake, bro. That's
so I'll be that's where we was. That's where we are with it, man. And to switch gears. Speaking of fake, man, there's some stuff going on Twitter, Google, Reddit, that there may be a whistleblower from ABC News claiming that Kamala Harris cheated on the presidential debate. We talked about that last episode, that debate was on the way. Obviously, definitely want to know your thoughts and how y'all felt about the debate, but also hearing this whistleblower's allegedly saying she already had the questions ahead of time, and she told I can't remember the gentleman and the young lady, so I apologize for ABC News, that they couldn't fact check her if she said something wrong. So that's the allegations that may be potentially coming out. But I mean, overall, the debate was okay. It was definitely better than I expected. It was more talking, I guess. But I do believe, like, what was the point of having muted mics? My opinion, because you can still hear them in the background a little bit. I thought that was just a wasted amount of just technology use to say, yeah, we're gonna mute the mics, because people still were talking. People still had something to say. It was just really a waste of time there. But I did like the simple fact that it was, I guess, a little bit more grown up. It wasn't back and forth. It was a little, when Joe and Donald went last time, it was just childish. There was never any questions. No questions was asked. Out of the 14 questions asked, I think 2 was probably really answered besides just attacking one another. So I don't know. I felt like better just listening to it. I still want to see what's going on and listen, but what's y'all thoughts on the debate overall and these allegations though?
So on it, I'll let y'all answer.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was good. I thought it was a good debate, man. As far as Kamala having the answers,
Yeah.
I don't really believe it. I didn't really hear any answers from her that sounded like, oh, you already knew what was about to happen. As a matter of fact, there was a few questions that she got that she dodged. Like, for example, she was called out for flip-flopping her positions. She's had more liberal views and positions in previous years. Now that she's on a bigger stage, as a vice president, she's moved more to the center than the far left. And she was asked about it, and she went into a whole speech about how she grew up as a kid and her values never changed. It basically, just didn't really acknowledge the question and started talking about other stuff. So I don't think that she knew what. I don't think anybody fed her the questions, but to me, they asked obvious questions. What is your position in the economy? Let's talk about immigration. Let's talk about border control. Let's talk about abortion. Like, these are hot topics that they've been hot topics all year. So it's not like any of the commentators threw any questions like, "Oh, didn't see that coming." You know what I'm saying? So nah, she wasn't fed. She was just prepared. I mean, that's what prepared looks like. You know what I mean? Like, you have a team of people who get the pulse of what's going on in America. You got a team of people who study the opposition, Trump, what he might say, what his tendencies are. And it's like a boxing match, bro. Like, she had a team, she had a game plan, and she executed. She was able to get under his skin. A couple of things I note is she talked about the size of his rally. It was a question. I forget what the question was even about, but she just threw that in there. It's like, oh yeah, and oh, by the way, his rallies are trash. I'm paraphrasing. And then Trump, instead of answering the question, he was hot, bro, and he took the bait. Every time she kind of threw something out there, he took the bait and got off topic, and it said some just ridiculous things like Haitians eating pets and babies being executed after they're born. Like, come on, bro. Like, see, his base is gonna buy that, but like the general, you're at this point, they're only fighting for a few million votes. Most people in America have already made up their minds. So you're talking to a relatively few number of people, a few million people that haven't made up their mind yet. Talking about people eating cats and terminating births after they're born, like,
That's the
I
tough
don't see,
one.
that's not gonna get you no votes, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you look foolish. So I thought that Kamala did a great job. She could have done better. I mean, if she was truly fed the questions, she should have done much better. You know what I'm saying? So, but it was entertaining though. I don't think the debate's gonna move the needle much in either direction. I do think it was better for her than it was Trump in terms of impact. Like, the people who are going to vote for Trump, there's nothing he can say or do that will make them not want to vote for him. You know what I'm saying? So maybe a 2% chance, or swing, I should say, maybe a 2% swing in Kamala's favor with a margin of error of like 1.5. So we're talking barely anything. So anyway, that's my thought.
For sure. I think she did. Yeah, that part when she was talking about her family and growing up, I was like, yeah, man, but what about it? And Trump had her, my opinion, for a split second when he was like, well, if you want to talk about immigration, then call the White House, wake up Joe, start closing the borders if you want to do it. How come you won't do it? And when she went to that rally thing, I was like, bro, you had her. You had her dead to rights to answer that question. And then yet you took that bait. Yeah, in an instant, yeah, you took that bait. You know what I'm saying? And I agree. I didn't even think about it in that. Just reading like the allegations or whatever. Like, yeah, if you did have all the answers, yeah, you should have been able to answer these questions a little bit better than what even everybody said that you won the debate, you did win and so forth, but you would have probably blew him out the water if you had all the answers
Yeah.
to the test. It's like you would hope if anybody got the answers to all the tests, you should get an A.
Yeah, another thing that I liked, well, I thought she could have done better is tie him to Project 2025. I think she could have done better about that, as far as maybe calling out the fact that no, an overwhelming number of his staffers wrote it. You know what I mean? She's like, "Oh, you don't know anything about it. Like half your team wrote it, Trump. How do you not know that half your team is a part of this project you know nothing about?" Like I felt like she could have spoken on that in a real way that would have put him on his heels. And there was one other thing that I was like, that was a better opportunity. I'm drawing a blank. But there was a couple things that could have been better. I don't know if they're gonna vote again. Excuse me, debate again. But I would watch it.
I don't think
It's
so.
entertaining.
Maybe. I mean, we're close to November, man. So I don't know, man. I honestly don't know, bro. Because I thought the same thing. I was telling my wife, like, man, they probably gonna run this back one more time. And I was like, they probably gonna be hitting the road soon. They gotta
Well, if
pound
I'm
that
Kamala,
pavement.
I want
They
to
gotta
do it.
pound the
If I'm
pavement.
Kamala, I'm hoping for a rematch
Mm-hmm.
because she's gonna dance around that, man. If I'm Trump, I'm gonna look for a way to not do it.
All right, so if they did it on ABC, then like, because I know Trump probably gonna want to go on Fox News. Like, I'll still show up if I'm her.
I would as well. That's
You
what I
gotta go.
was gonna
You
say.
gotta
As
take it to
far
every arena, bro. You gotta
so
be able
two
to take it to
things.
every
One,
arena.
Fox is not even news, so I don't know.
Mhm.
Does it really need to? Because Fox got it. Like you have to have like a license or a certificate. Like there's a designation to be a news channel, and Fox lost it. You know what I'm saying? Especially when they had the whole voting machine scandal,
Yeah.
and they were reporting on. They got sued and lost. So if I'm not mistaken, feel free to fact check me. I think they lost their status as being like a legitimate news channel. They're considered entertainment. So my thought is, if that's the case, do they really need to go to Fox News? Does that really prove? That's like saying you should do it on TNT. You know what I mean? Like you know,
TNT, no
um,
drama.
yeah. But
They
but
no
another
drama.
thing else, and the last thing that's even I was going to say fact checking. As far as the whole fact checking thing, because I'm sure there are some things that Kamala said that weren't 100% accurate. But as far as that fact checking, but the stuff that Trump got fact check on was blatantly obvious. Like we gotta stop. Like this man was talking about killing babies, but
Yeah.
we just gotta stop. Like normally we don't get this deep into this as commentators, but let's just be clear, America, it's not legal anywhere to kill babies. Like we just got like to me, like people who get mad about fact checking, that's something like you can't say no shit like that and just let it slide, bro. You know what I'm saying? And eating the cats and dogs, like we can't we can't let that slide. So I feel like if you just because he said a lot of things that were kind of questionable, but from what I saw, they were really just fact checking the things that's just painfully obvious. Like during he was talking about the riot, January 6th, and he said, yeah, uh, the police shot one of the person, did shoot a woman, killed a woman. That's true. He says, but none of our people shot anybody. And it's like, well, not our people, but none of the rioters. He didn't say our people. He said none of the rioters shot anybody. Bro, multiple police got killed out there. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't think the fact checkers or the commentators, I should say, fact check or moderators. That's the word. None of
Yeah.
the moderators fact checked them or anything. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they only fact check the blatantly obvious. Yo, we can't let this slide. Like you can't just go around just saying something this obviously wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the baby one is really the one, bro. And I thought he wasn't gonna bring it back up. As we talked about it. Rod, you mentioned it. He was like, "Yo, hard pause." When you say, "Hey, the IVF, man, dang, I like that plan. I like that idea." And then you open the door to say, "Yeah, we got to make sure it is because they killing them, they executing them."
Yeah.
It's kind of like, and he stood on business though, because he brought it back up. He brought it back up. He stood on business and brought it back up.
Yeah.
And I mean, you would think that would be common sense because that's murder.
That's what that is.
Yeah, it's murder.
Legal. And they're saying it's legal. Like, show me where that happened, bro. I need to see it. You know,
That was tough, man. Obviously, there was news. Speaking of that, man, the cats and dogs and so forth, man. There's a gentleman that was at the city council town hall, Springfield, Ohio, talking to all the city council, like, hey, man, saw this Haitians here, man. Like, they driving on the street crazy, man. We got to teach them how to drive. And they need to learn the rules. Someone was down at the local pond grabbing up the ducks. But it was a little wild, man. Like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, we're not in an area. Obviously, in South Carolina, we're not in an area where migrants come. You know, from the earthquakes, you know, hurricanes and so forth. I guess safe zones, or correct me, I might be using the wrong verbiage, but I don't know, man. Like, it sounds believable, right? Like, you know, if you coming from another country, I'm gonna go down to the pond like I used to do, grab these ducks. And obviously, if you're in the vehicles, you just riding the street. Yeah, there's different traffic signs and all that. But he was saying the city council had to know, like, are y'all getting paid under the table to have all these people come in but not help these people? I'm like, what's going on? And so, if it was your neighborhood, I'm gonna throw this to Rod. If it was your neighborhood, like, how would you address it, Rod? If that was your neighborhood, bro, with an influx of, I guess, migrants.
Bro, just don't mess with me. You already know how I operate, bro.
For sure.
F them ducks, bro.
Oh man, Peter about to be on our head, bro. Peter about to be on our head, bro.
man. Yo, hold up. I did not see that coming.
Me neither, man. What a take, though, bro. Yeah, Peter about to be on our head, bro.
Yeah, that's wild. But yeah, the whole thing is wild, though, man. And this reeks of they took our jobs. That's very much what it sounds like. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know much about Springfield, Ohio. I have lived in Texas for some years, and I am no stranger to illegal immigration, being in Texas. My experience with the whole, took our job, taking over thing, is, generally speaking, I don't know about I don't know about illegal immigration in Haiti. From my understanding, like you said, T, there's some kind of safe zone, or there's some reason, some legal reason to be so many Haitians there, like a refugee camp or something like that.
Right.
And I'm probably misspeaking, but generally that's kind of what I mean. But generally, though, like, whenever folks come, they are like doing things like picking strawberries, you know what I'm saying, or like construction jobs. I'm not even trying to be funny. That's generally, how that works. So, like, this whole thing of their, taking over or whatnot, like, my thing is, taking over what? You know what I mean? I think a lot of times what happens is it's a culture shift. You've got people that are used to doing things a certain kind of way or whatnot, and then somebody comes showing a different culture, whatever that culture may be, and people just get scared. They get angry. Sometimes they make stuff up.
Fear of the
Like,
unknown.
yeah, fear of the unknown. I mean, because the thing is, happening to black, so it's been happening to black people for years. You know what I mean? Like, we'd be demonized. Oh, don't let such and such come in. He'll take your wife. If you remember that, what was that movie? Uh, it's like a black and white movie, a silent film that had like the KKK as like superheroes kind of thing. I know y'all seen it, man. Yeah, I mean, you may not have seen
saying
it.
that. No.
I'm not saying I know, not seen. I mean to say that it's like what, like not coming to America. It's not that. It's like, oh, this is bothering me. I'm gonna find it. But it's like this. It's like the story of like making the KKK. Like, when I say superheroes, I mean like heroes, not like Superman heroes. Like saving, poor white women from getting taken by black men.
I mean, the reality is, can't put a percentage on it, but I would say it's a high percentage of individuals that flee to this country for better opportunities and better life. I don't think they're looking to come here to eat ducks, cats, and dogs, bro. Like, that's just not the purpose. Are you going to have some trickles of like just bad people come through? 100%, bro. Like, we have bad people here. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
it ain't like we saints at everything. So we're trying to generalize the entirety for the actions of very few. but that's America, I guess. But
ain't that what Donald Glover said?
Yeah,
This is
exactly.
America.
This is
Birth of a
America.
Nation. That's what it was called.
Oh yeah.
Birth of a
Okay.
Nation.
Yeah, it's in there.
Yeah.
I've
That's
never
what I was
seen
trying
it,
to think.
but I have heard
I've never
of it.
seen it, but I
Yeah.
know of it. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah.
I thought that's with Nat Turner, right? That was the Nate Parker movie.
Yep.
Yeah. So
I
yeah,
seen
man.
That
I
movie was
mean,
tough.
I think obviously I joke around with the ducks and stuff, but the reality is, man, like even when you talk about like when you look for work to be done well at a reasonable price, you're gonna find you maybe an undocumented Mexican, bro, because they gonna work their ass off and they're gonna get it right for you. You know what I mean? So they have opportunities here that one provides for their family. Like shit, I know somebody that had he had a worker in landscape when he was when he had his own landscape company. He had a worker that the entire time he worked for him, he didn't even know that wasn't his real name and identity, bro.
Oh,
So
wow.
he had a whole different his real information is not him. So but he was one of the best workers he had too, you know what I mean? So
Right.
Yeah.
I don't want to stereotype them to say, oh yeah, they're just going to be cheap labor. But the matter of the fact is they are willing to do things that we're unwilling to do because they want it more and they want to provide for their family. And I think
It's harsh truth though. That's harsh
that's
truth.
the majority, not the minority, right?
Right.
So we try to paint this picture that, and I agree, you know, I think borders do need security. I know we talked about it last time. But there has to be a process. I mean, there's people, I don't know what side it is, Democrat, Republican, whatever, I'm just going to call it government. There are government funded basic journeys that they pay people, mostly former vets, to go over and just bring vans worth back of people on a, I don't know if it's weekly, monthly, how frequent it is, but it's pretty frequent from my understanding. And they're paying good money for that. There's a reason for that. It has to be. I don't know what the reason is, but there has to be. So it's not just people swimming across oceans and sneaking in the country, bro. Like we are funding for people to come over here. And I don't care if you on the left side or the right side, you might talk a good game, but if this has been going on for my understanding, you know, decades, guess what? There was red and blue within those decades. So
Yeah.
that tells me that is, you know, it's not going to be something that stopped. It's just a scare tactic. You know what I mean? You try to put a scare tactic out there that hurt your opponent's reputation. And I was looking on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. Elon shares a lot of that propaganda too, which, you know, I try not to click on it and look at it because I don't want my algorithm to start giving me all type of political bullshit. But I do catch from time to time him spreading certain things, and I'm like, that don't sound right. But you know, it's an agenda.
Yeah.
That's my
Definitely.
piece on it.
Dang. Hey, bro. I love that, bro. Appreciate your soapbox moment, man. We love ducks, though. Everywhere.
I don't know. You ever see a duck flex up on you, bro? Them things aggressive, bro.
Yeah, they are.
Hey,
Now,
and y'all laughing at me. I think y'all was talking about eating duck
I
at
was
one
just about to
point.
say,
dog. I don't eat no
hey,
ducks, bro. I
I've
love
had
Huey.
duck.
Look,
I've
I love
had-
Huey, Dewey, and Louie, bro. Them my homies. Y'all over here eating duck. I don't eat no duck.
I will eat a duck.
Hey, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. No cap.
I had a sweet and sour duck before, bro.
See?
I'm just trying to tell you, bro.
That man threw the sweet and sour sauce on it.
Hey, no, I had a sweet and sour. Hey, bro, it was in Spain. It was nice. It was nice as well.
Hey, Spanish immigrants cooking up ducks.
All right, so Peter know who to come after. They ain't coming after me.
They gotta come after the people at the restaurant, bro. Don't come for me. It was on the menu.
You were paying good money for them to torture these animals, man.
Right.
Oh man. Hey man. We love animals, man. You know, but hey, look, it's not my fault, man. But nah, Rod, man, you do bring up a good point, bro, about like, you know, that fear, that propaganda. Speaking of propaganda, man, we talked about it last episode because it broke during our episode. And then when we dropped on 9/11, you know, Kendrick Lamar is gonna be at the Super Bowl. I thought about Wayne. I know DC was like, man, Wayne ain't gonna do a set. I was like, I think he could do a set though. If he didn't get picked, he could do a set.
No.
Obviously, we seen the uproar since. Obviously, Juvenile spoke out. There was a lot of people speaking out, man, on behalf of Wayne. Wayne finally, came out the shadows a little bit. Made a statement that, he apologized, say he thanked all the fans, but he apologized for giving himself all of that wishful hope. Putting all, I guess, what did he say? Put all your eggs in one basket. Mentality.
But he didn't, though.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think he did either. I mean,
he didn't put all his eggs. Like, that's the thing about the Super Bowl, bro. Yeah. It's a performance that you put on. You don't get paid for that. Like, you doing that for the free 99. He has Little Louisiana coming in November, I believe it is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be the Hot Boys reunion. It's going to have the big timers. It's going to be a big festival in New Orleans that's going to be bigger, again, in my opinion, than any Super Bowl would be. So to have him say he's putting all his eggs in one basket, I don't think he said that in the video. But you would think that would be more important, in my opinion, than the Super Bowl. Like, Super Bowls come, they go. Some are memorable, some are not, right? I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen an artist want the Super Bowl that much. Maybe they do. Maybe it's just not like a public thing, but I don't think I've ever in my lifetime seen an artist kind of campaign for the Super Bowl and then get upset only because it's in their city, right? There's going to be more Super Bowls, and like, his hype is not going to go any higher. In my opinion, Wayne he's a legend. He's cemented already. So his hype has reached his plateau. And, if anything, the last 2 or 3 albums have been very, I probably don't need to hear that again. So I think Wayne is, I don't know, it was a heartbreaking video in some aspects, but in another aspect, I get it, right? I get it. It's a business decision, and people can't make business decisions just based off of hometown, right? Yeah. As much as I would have loved to see him, I get it. You know what I mean? Like, Wayne's performances aren't that great. I know DC feel a little bit different, but bro, them drugs and age has caught up. Like, you were just talking about you not being able to lift your arms over your head. You in your 40s. Guess what year Wayne was born in? Same year we were born in, bro. Only he's been doing the drugs a lot longer. So when you look at his last few performances, you'd be like, bro. And then this is a person, again, I'm just speaking of business decisions. Like, I had to put my business hat on and not my personal hat. When you have someone that constantly reminds you, like, constantly, I don't know my lyrics. I don't remember my lyrics. And then you look at the performance and you're like, yeah, you don't remember your lyrics, bro. I can see it. When you're talking about the biggest show, or potentially the biggest show in your lifetime, you want to have somebody that's going to be airtight, that you feel like is going to be there on time. They're going to have the creative direction. They're going to put on the performance of a lifetime is what the expectation is. Obviously, some people fall short of that expectation. Some people exceed that expectation. But you would expect to have at least a starting ground of this person is a entertaining individual. And whether you like K-Dot music or not, one thing you can't deny is that he put time and effort into his performances and his stage setup. And I get it. So, I can see both sides of it. The people may have wanted Wayne. I don't know. They may have. I don't live in New Orleans. My family in New Orleans, they don't care one way or another, bro. They like, Wayne ain't even a Saints fan. Not saying the Saints are going to be in the Super Bowl, but you know what I mean? That's how a lot of the people that I like, my roots are in New Orleans and in Louisiana. So I still have family there, and that was their perspective on it. So I'm like, yeah, I guess, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, he made that known. Lil Wayne is a Green Bay Packers fan. He is locked in.
Yeah, he's locked in with the Packers, bro. And I mean, I think those are some good points. I can definitely understand. After the sticker shock wears off, what? No Wayne? It does start to make sense. But a couple things though, I'll say. Now, we all watched the Dreamville. Remember the Dreamville Fest? They streamed it on Amazon Prime.
Amazing.
Wayne came out. I thought he did his thing, bro. Y'all ain't like that performance? And that was fairly recent.
That was a
That was like in the
set.
last
It was
4
a
years.
A good set, and that's why I think he should. I think this is T talking. He should have a set. I think like K Dot, who is a huge fan of Lil Wayne, you know, he's a hip hop aficionado. I think he would ask Wayne to do a set,
I don't
do a
think
whole
That's
Super
not gonna
Bowl
happen.
show.
That's not gonna happen. Bro.
That's me, wishful thinking.
Yeah, that's
Now
not
to
gonna
have
happen.
him to what Rod's saying, and with DC, you know what, Weezy spun us like a top. He spun us like a top, bro, in Columbia. We know.
Yeah.
And he said it on every platform he could, from every interview to even Fox Sports with Skip and Shannon. I can't remember all my stuff. It's true, bro. There's a level of professionalism there, man.
Now, and see, now here's on that note. Now we've seen Wayne at Dreamville.
Yes.
I didn't see him
Great
forget
set.
nothing.
Great set.
Okay. I also saw him personally in Atlanta. He came to the One Music Fest maybe 2-3 years ago. He killed it. I will admit it was 30 minutes late. But
yeah.
As far as the whole, I don't know. I'm not gonna say he's never forgotten his words, but I've just never really known that to like characterize a Wayne show until now. Like I've just never really heard of that being a thing. As far as him being difficult to work with, yeah, we've heard that before. Like he would maybe skip rehearsals, or just like T said,
multiple times.
He just kind of skipped out on our show because I think they didn't want to go through metal detectors.
They didn't want to go to the metal detector, bro.
Yeah, so they's like, nah, he'll just skip the whole show. But as far as a live performer, bro, I think Wayne got it. I think Wayne could absolutely rock a Super Bowl stage, and I think he would kill it. I think that also he understands how big of a stage it is, and I think he'll be on his best behavior. Louisiana is coming up, but bro, nothing's bigger than the Super Bowl, bro. Like the Super Bowl is the biggest televised event in America. You know what I'm saying? Every single year.
The world.
So
they're watching it in the world, bro. So they're watching the Super Bowl across the world, bro.
Even more than soccer? Because I just assumed
no,
a
it's not
soccer
more
game
than
of
soccer,
some sort.
Super Bowl is just big time now, man. Just with how they're expanding globally too, and we have millions and millions and millions. You and I know of United States soldiers and branches all over the world, bro. It's gonna be televised.
Yeah, but I can understand him not getting it, and I think it would have been very cool. It would have been novel if he were able to perform in New Orleans. That would be make for a nice headline. But
that would have been cool.
I will say, in the bigger scheme of things, it's not the biggest deal. I think most artists do not perform in their hometowns.
Nobody does, bro. Like LA was the first time that I can recall that an artist from LA actually performed there, right? With Dre.
Yeah.
That's not the norm. Like I think overall, and to answer your question about Dreamville, it was cool. Wayne's live voice to me now, I can't really get with it. You know what I mean? That whatever he does with the like rock and roll type of sound, it's not my cup of tea. But it was cool. It's like, again, it's nostalgia for me. Like anytime I see Wayne, it's just more like, bro, I'm happy to see you. You look crazy, hair half gone, and you look wild. But I'm happy to see you outside. You know what I mean? Because Wayne live in his own world, bro.
He does live in his own world.
So I thought it was cool just to see him. You know what I mean? I honestly really didn't care how he sounded or if he forgot his words or not. That's a little bit different than the Super Bowl when you're trying to entertain the masses versus just a specific genre, right? We got to think about that too. Like hip hop genres or fans are going to love whatever Wayne does because Wayne is such a iconic figure in the culture.
Mm-hmm.
But when you put that on a global scale, which people outside of the culture F with Wayne too, I'm not saying that. You want to have somebody that's going to put on a solid performance, right? Something that's hopefully memorable. Obviously, we've had some duds. Rihanna didn't know she was going to be pregnant, so she couldn't do. I'm sure she would have put on an even better performance if she didn't have a bun in the oven, bro, and couldn't move. Then on the flip side, we saw that amazing set with Dre, M, Snoop, Mary J, 50, and Dot. You know what I mean? And then
Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars.
Well, we're just talking hip hop. I guess not hip hop.
I mean, still though, it met the expectations. And then let's talk about The Weeknd. The Weeknd did one, and a lot of people were like, hit or miss.
Well, I felt like
I
it was
like
in
the
the
weekend.
microwave in his. Yeah, it was a lot going on in the weekend.
There's a
set.
lot.
A lot of spinning.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, I'm dizzy, bro. I don't know. Started getting vertigo or something in the middle of the show, bro.
So,
But
in DC, bro, you said one thing though. You said I think Wayne will get locked in and perform this. As a businessman yourself, would you bank RP and Midlands on a think or
nah,
no? And that's where what Rod is saying, bro, with that business side, bro. That's where it's coming from. You know what I'm saying? It's coming from that. And
hmm
I love Wayne. We all love Wayne. We already talked about it, bro. Like that's the thing, bro. Like as a business, $1 billion business, I can't bank on the thing.
yeah,
We
and like
love you, bro. We can't bank on the think you will get locked in and now show up to rehearsal every day.
for sure.
Like,
And like you said,
Yeah.
I can't bank on that, bro, because
And one other thing that y'all have not mentioned that I believe really could happen is he might cuss during the show. I done seen so many shows where he starts off doing the radio version and he ends everything got to get bleeped out because he's like
yeah,
he just gets into the moment and he just like
and so as a
this that.
viewer, you don't want to be hearing, "Hey DC," and then I was like, and then you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
yeah, that was me muting my mic just now. Like, that's not good, bro. Like, I'm trying to
yeah,
get hyped into it, and then 30 seconds is just silence because
yeah, and it's
Wayne
a
does
live
go.
performance. So
Wayne goes on a tangent when he does go unfiltered, bro. So now you talking about 30 seconds of just darkness, and I just
yeah,
see everybody else dancing, but I'm at home like, oh, I wish I would have spent $5,000 to be there.
yeah,
No.
yeah,
yeah.
So as
So
a
yeah.
businessman yourself, bro, we can't
But
bank
K,
on the think,
I
bro.
I
yeah, but
think,
K Dot gonna do his thing.
oh
We
yeah,
know that.
always.
See, that's the
But
thing. We know that, bro. He's a
I,
genuine athlete. I think what was the pop out, right?
mm-hmm.
And Rod brought it up, and even my wife, who now is a fond fan of K Dot because of the pop out. She was like, "Man, this dude is like still rapping,
Yeah,
and he
his
don't
voice
even look out
control
of
is nuts.
breath."
His voice control is nuts.
That's an athlete, bro. He on the treadmill doing something, bro. Like that's his. He can do it. He can do it. That's
Man,
proof.
I
Yeah,
mean, I actually missed most of the pop out, bro. I think I got it to like right before because I think I forgot it was coming on. And I flipped it, but right before Dr. Dre came out, he
mm-hmm.
did like one song, and then
Mm.
Dre came out, and then they introed
Yeah, yeah. He did three
Yeah,
Not
tracks
Like Us.
before Dre came out.
Yeah,
yeah. No, you
And
should go
but
back and
just him moving around, dapping up people, high fiving, bro. You couldn't tell.
go back and check it out, bro. Like
He's an athlete.
he's a performer, man. And going back to what you said, DC is like realistically, who cares? Like if Wayne would have got it, cool. If Wayne doesn't get it,
yeah,
cool. I think I feel the same. I'm happy that
yeah.
it is somebody from the hip hop culture though, because again, historically, we don't have those moments pretty frequently. You know what I mean? So I'm happy it is somebody from the culture, but
And it's a first.
and it's
He's never had a rapper headline
yeah
like by himself.
by
Like even
himself.
Dr. Dre was
Yeah.
like Dr. Dre and Friends.
Yeah,
This is just Kendrick Lamar.
No, we had
yeah,
R&B with everything.
Yeah,
Dre showed
yeah.
up.
So interesting thing that popped out of this, obviously, I think.
popped out.
Yeah, you caught that. But like really, whoever does what on either side, you know what I mean? They're always going to be synonymous with the other side. So if Drake does something, it's probably from here on out, it's always going to be, well, what is Kendrick doing? If Dot do something, then it's going to be, what is Drake doing? Oh, he's doing the Super Bowl. Drake's never done the Super Bowl. He had a song talking about big as the what. But there's
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a rumor or whatever, but Maul said that Drake has been offered the Super Bowl 4 times and he turned it down, which is weird. I don't know. That would be weird to me. Because
4
That makes
times.
sense to me. That makes sense to me.
You want to know why it's weird?
All right.
You got to think who the NFL is, bro. If I'm asking you once and you say no, and I guess it could depend on the reason. Maybe it was a schedule conflict or whatever. But I ask you again and you say no, bro, I ain't asking you no more. That ain't happening. Not from the NFL. Uncle Roger gonna be like, man, F this. And this half breed, bro. F this half breed.
That's
But
why
you know the
that's why no teams coming to Canada.
but you know, speaking of rumors, I think didn't Jay-Z do the same thing? I think he's turned down the Super Bowl.
I never heard it. I don't know. I never heard
No,
that.
and yeah, I could be wrong, but I could have swore he did. Because that's how I learned. I want to say that artists don't get paid for the Super Bowl. I didn't know that for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
That they really actually pay out of pocket like the artist does. I think they
Yeah.
get like the NFL gives them a budget, like a production budget,
Mm-hmm.
but it's usually not enough, and the artist actually comes out of pocket to put the show on. But then of course they make it up because their catalog goes out of there after
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Absolutely, bro. The streaming goes
Yeah,
bananas, bro.
but to the point, I heard the same thing. I could have sworn Jay-Z turned it down too, though.
He may have. I haven't heard
Because he
that,
wanted
though.
to get paid. He wanted to be the first rapper to get paid. And this could be a complete lie, but I could have swore he wanted to actually get paid, and the NFL doesn't pay for that. But it's funny. You are right though, as far as the whole whenever Drake drops, he was going to say what K Dot does, and vice versa. Because I mean, K Dot just put out a song and didn't mention anybody by name, and they're saying it's another Cold War between
and it's not.
Drake and Kendrick. I don't see that either.
No.
I saw maybe one line that could have read that reference, like he's like, I walked them down, something.
Mm-hmm.
That did sound like a little something at Drake, but bro, that's normal hip hop stuff. Bro.
Yeah,
Like that's not something that makes the news. Like every rapper does it. It's even after a battle. Like I mean, even Nas and Jay did it. You know, they after the battle was over, they threw a couple little jabs here and there afterwards, but it's just normal hip hop stuff. But
it's bravado rap, bro.
there we go, bravado rap. See, now here's the thing: how are we gonna call that bravado rap? But then Bigger the Super Bowl is considered a diss track. I don't know if we said that here, but I've heard that.
Yeah,
like,
I've
oh,
never
Drake
said that.
started it. Drake started it. It may not have been here, but I've heard people say that. Like, oh well, Drake started it when they put out the song with J. Cole. That was the first diss. I was like, bro, that's not a diss.
The funny thing about first person shooter, I didn't think K Dot not once in that song.
First person shooter, that's what it was.
Yeah, I didn't think K Dot not once in that song outside of Cole said the big three.
Yeah, that's it.
But I ain't even peep Drake not mentioning anything about Dot, or I didn't put none of that together until afterwards when Like That dropped, and I'm like, oh, okay. Then you start seeing all these breakdown videos. So I don't think there was major disses. They were talking that talk. It was bravado rap. Again, that's bravado rap. They was talking that talk.
Yeah.
But I don't see it as direct disses. And obviously those two have history, and who knows? Like Drake does things in a way where only you will know I'm talking about you. So like Jay. Jay was the same way, bro. Like the world may not know I'm talking about you, but you know.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
So what you think about that song though?
Yeah, because I honestly, bro, I thought the song was I almost felt like it's good if you want to go to sleep. It's something good to go to sleep to, bro. You know,
not the 3 Stacks flutes,
but it was that was Flute album, bro. Like get some good Z's to that. And the thing is, he could have been spitting. To be honest with you, like usually with bars, you're not gonna catch it the first time, and I understand all that. But my thing is, music has has a primary job, right? It's the beat got to speak to me a little bit, and I'd say get up and turn up and get that, not that, but it's just got to be a beat that speaks to me. And to me, the beat selection, similar to Cool J, it did nothing for me. So yeah, I listened to K Dot. I know you probably talking some shit, but bro, it's a song first. You know what I'm saying? This isn't spoken word, so the song itself, I could not get with it. I gave it a couple of spins, and I'm like, okay, people are gonna go crazy just because it was Kendrick, but this ain't it, in my opinion.
Felt the opposite. Surprise, surprise.
Of course.
But you don't like to pimp a butterfly, so I'm not even gonna have that conversation with you. So
it was talking that talk.
Yeah, he talking that talk, bro. Like again, I'm a fan of Griselda, so like eerie beats, no 808s. I'm used to that, bro. Like only person that put 808s in a track, Benny might do it, but well, I guess Conway too a little bit. But
he's starting to.
But I listen to Westside heavy, bro. There's a lot of tracks he has no 808s. It's just straight melodies, bro. So I'm used to that type of music, that what you'll call sleepy music. I just listen to the words, bro. The beat ride to me, it ain't nothing that I'll ride around with. my only critique on it is it was a little too long for that type of beat to me. It was like 6 minutes almost.
Yeah.
I thought he could have got it in 3. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I liked it, man. I liked it. Again, is it something that I'm gonna put on repeat and play all the time? Probably not. Something that's probably not gonna be on the album. It's a Lucy. It's like
It's a Lucy.
like Meet the Grams, bro. I will probably never play Meet the Grams again in my life, bro. But in the moment, I'm like, yeah.
But see, Meet the Grams, going back, we're just talking beat selection. I can go back just because the beat. It just has a hypnotic. Because I'm with you, Rob. We didn't have these conversations. I'm a Griselda fan
I'm out.
myself, and I
I'm out of
like
that.
West Side Gun albums probably more than the other two. Well, I ain't gonna say that, but probably more than the average person, I say. But that beat, I don't know, man. But I definitely feel like K Dot is in a place where he could put out anything and people are gonna gravitate to it, which is a good place to be. I mean, he earned it. He earned this year. Let me just say that the year that he's having, he completely earned it, man. I don't particularly like this song, but he's been doing his thing all year. And I'll be checking for his album, like I've been said. So go ahead and drop that, K Dot. We need something to talk about.
I like the beat. I didn't like it to what Rob Point said. It was too long. I thought he was gonna switch it up like Euphoria. Like something was about to happen. And I was like, okay, bro, we like 4 minutes in. I don't know where to go now.
You're like, this is it.
Let me out. You know, I'm in the car like, hey, bro, like that was my stop. Oh, he probably just missed the turn. He gonna come back around. And then he's still going. Hey, you just jumped on the interstate, bro. But that wasn't my stop back there. That's how I felt about it. It wasn't trash, but it was just like, man, I was expecting to switch up. I was me. Because I was like, oh, he about to switch this thing up like Euphoria here. Come. Nope. Wrong. In my Charlie Murphy voice. Wrong.
I do wonder, they had a spot that he bleeped something out. I wonder what he said in that. I don't know what it is, but I'm very curious on what that was, because I think it was right after My Heart Is Like D1, and then it just like bleeped out. I'm like, what were you saying, bro? Like, did you just go like straight menace on somebody? I don't know, but I'm curious as hell.
Yeah.
Wonder what Lecrae would do. I'm like, bro, that is. I mean, his rhymes are just. He's dope, bro. Like, if you like lyrics and just the ability to rap, bro, you like Dot. Like, there's a lot of people I know that don't dig him, and you know that's for y'all. You know, I get it.
I got a question for y'all too.
Like, I watched Joe Budden has been doing like this tour of different podcasts, and you know, Zaire Franklin and his other 2 co-hosts and Jeff Teague and those guys. They almost shit on Dot. Like why is he getting the Super Bowl and why is he this? He don't make slaps. Like, dog, music is not just about slaps. Like, one of the things that I loved about this whole battle thing, and it's great for me. Yeah, we joke about picking a side, and I pick on DC because he was so heavy Drake. But I've always said I'm such a fan of both. Like, I'm winning, bro. No matter who came out of it on top, who I prefer to come out on top is Dot, because, you know, Dot spiritually in the spot I am in my life, I like to listen to his lyrics more. They mean more to me. DC made the I don't know if it was a comment or something. It would say he would trade for Drake's life right now. I wouldn't. You know what I mean? I think T and I both was like, yeah, I don't really want his life. You know what I mean? It's not appealing to me. Money wise, give it here, bro. But his lifestyle, not really my thing. So for me, Dot music resonates with me more. Like, being able to come from a city, you know, I've never been to Compton, but I've lived through Compton through all the music that I've listened to over the years, NWA and all that stuff. When you come from a dark place, as we have come from, and you have like a beacon of light, whether he live in it or not, I don't know him personally, but when you can spread that beacon of hope and beacon of light in your messaging, and still talk tough at times, like, it's balanced, but when you can have that and make it real, bro, like, it just resonates more. But again, if Drake would have won, it ain't like I'd be sitting here pouting like, oh, damn it, that damn Aubrey Graham. Like, I'm a, you know what I mean? I'm a fan of both. And what we've seen out this battle is there's so many people so heavy on Drake, or so many people so heavy on Dot, that they can't just enjoy the moment.
Yeah,
and enjoy
they
them
blinded.
all. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm with you on that, bro. Man, preach, brother Rod. Out
Yes,
here.
that was very well said, sir. I will say that for those for those that say you said that you talked to somebody or read somewhere that Kendrick don't have slaps.
Yeah, that's what
Bruh,
a lot of people on these podcasts are saying.
I'm looking at this. Not Like Us, Money Trees, Swimming Pool, Like That, Humble, DNA, Mad City, Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe. N95. I know that to me N95
Slaps.
was better than it got credit for. I love that song.
Bro,
I don't
that
think
joy
it
go,
was
bro.
super huge. Huh?
I said that boy go.
Crazy. That thing crazy.
Yeah. Backseat Freestyle, The Recipe, King Kunta. All right, we gonna be all right, bro. He's got slaps. Like, I mean,
100%.
if he's just not your cup of tea, just say that.
Yeah, that's
but
all you
don't
have
lie.
to say. Like,
Yeah,
there's a reason that this was such a big battle. If he wasn't a worthy opponent, nobody would be talking about it.
No,
so they
this
trying to
was
discredit.
Titans,
Yeah, they trying to discredit him because he doesn't. Look, bro, we've said it many times. There is nobody on this planet that had the run that Drake has had. Nobody. And it's probably not going to be anybody that comes after it just because of how he mixed it with so many different personalities, bro. Like, Drake is damn near schizophrenic, bro. Like, he's me, myself, and Irene. That's, hey, if you take that, Drake, hey, I need money for that, bro. He's me, myself, and Irene. But I think
I love it.
I think if I don't want to hate on my man, but just to give you an example, if Big Sean came out dissing Drake, it would not have gotten the recognition
that much
that it would have of Drake, bro. Even if Future would have kept the "We Don't Trust You" without Kendrick in it, it doesn't hit as hard. Even if Ross comes at, like, all these players that they kept saying 20v1, bro, there was really one. There was only one that mattered. That's why I think it was you, DC. Well, no, you didn't like the drill part of that Family Ties too.
No, I
would have left that out, bro. Like,
that was me. I liked it.
Yeah, I don't care about the other people. You kept trying to do it of 20v1. I don't care about them. There's only one that we care about. And that's because he's a Titan like you. So it's like Godzilla and Kong, bro. Like, we don't care about you fighting the giant scorpion, bro. Like, what is that? I don't care. I need to see you fighting Kong. Hey, shout out too, because Godzilla was whooping Kong ass every time.
He was, though.
Damn.
You ain't seen Godzilla and Kong, DC?
No.
Godzilla was getting in him, bro. No Diddy.
Yeah.
He was getting in him, bro.
Yeah. He made that man run to another planet, bro, or underworld, or whatever the hell he was.
Yeah, bro.
Kong
had to think about it, boy. He had to think.
He had to leave Earth.
He had to think on it, bro. Kong had to think on it, bro. This wasn't Kong. Kong thought this was gonna be just a one hitter quitter, bro. Wrong. In my Charlie Murphy voice again. Wrong.
For real.
Like, it was for real, bro. Before we go, because we talked about this music, we talked about lyricism. I want to ask you this question before we go. Is lyricism dying?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it has. And prime example. I mean, you're looking at people who's like dissing Dot because he gives you lyrics, bro, where people of our generation applaud him. You know what I mean? Like, we're gonna go with the GOAT of DC. Nas put on his Instagram post, "Congratulations, Dot, well deserved on the Super Bowl, rooting for you, bro." Like, when you look at anybody who's anybody that is like heavy on like rap culture and just the history of it, the lyricisms and all that, they promoting Dot. They ain't down in Drake, but they promoting Dot because they know, like, he gets busy.
Right.
But when you look at the younger generation, it's about feel, bro. Like, I don't feel you. And I get it. Music is subjective and whatever. But part of that is the reason why Future is such a big artist. Because lyrics has never been Future's thing, bro. I know that's your boy, but he'll admit, you know what I mean? Lyrics, when you listen to Future, and I see my man get hyped because Future says, "I don't drink liquor, I drink lean." I'm like, bro. We gone, bro. We gone. We gone. So to answer your question,
it was hard though.
yes.
That was a hard line, man. Man, it sounds so terrible when you say it like that.
Then
I would
he ran
say-
it back for us to hear it again. Rewind.
Yeah,
you was on
bro.
one,
Because
bro.
y'all wasn't feeling it right, bro.
We still
y'all
don't. But
y'all was
listen,
tripping, bro.
but what about you, DC? You think lyricism is near
It
extinct,
definitely is. I think it's a cycle, man. This is what I think. I feel like there was a time where lyricism it definitely had a more prominent place in hip hop. It seems like the masses don't care as much. I just think it's a cycle. Because hip hop, let's keep it real. I say shout out to the 80s a lot.
Yeah.
But if you listen to rappers, and let's say in our generation, like a Big L, just take Big L. You know, what I'm saying R.I.P. Big L, Nas, J, Biggie. Like they would rap circles around anybody in the 80s. Argue with me. I'm talking like 82. Curtis Blow versus Jay-Z. Like what are we talking about? But I just think it's a cycle. Yeah, right. Yeah. But I think it's just Robbie killing them today, bro.
Yeah, man. He on one today.
Yo, Rod, you won, bro. Man, but MVP, man, most valuable Potter, bro. But man, what I was gonna say something too. Oh, the
Curtis Blow.
kids. The kids today, I feel like those who do truly like take lyricism seriously, I feel like the best lyricists of today could go back to any generation and still go off. So for example, JID, I would say he's a young lyricist.
For sure.
And he could go back to the 90s and he would win. Corday, I think, is another one.
Corday.
You know what I'm saying? He could go back.
Simba.
Yeah, I would say Simba. So they're there, but back maybe in our day, they would be multi-platinum. Today, they barely going gold. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So it is that the kids don't really value the lyricism the way that the older folks did, or I say older folks, us, old school. I guess we old school now.
Geez, bro, we unk status now, bro.
Yeah,
where we at,
we
bro?
unk status. But I think it'll come back. It'll come back. Right now, you're right. We in the feel vibe era. That's gonna end. People gonna get tired of that. Somebody's gonna pick up an old Eminem tape or MF Doom tape or something like that.
Recipes
and yeah. And Tyler the Creator. I would call him a lyricist as well. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. I would
so
say
the
that.
kids, there's some youngsters out here that's repping, like the full embodiment of hip hop.
For sure.
But it's not nearly as prominent as it used to be, bro. Like, I mean, it used to be like T.I., for example. You had to be able to spit and be on top of the game. Like, even if you think of like our commercial rappers, Ludacris was a commercial rapper.
He can rap.
That man was still spitting.
He can rap.
He can spit.
You know what I'm saying?
He can spit.
Yeah. Shoot, nowadays, what's crazy is you take Nelly. Nelly will be considered a spitter today. And because he was not. Let's keep it real. I mean,
he was not.
He was no lyricist. But today, he will be considered a spitter, bro.
Yeah. That's facts.
You're not from Russia? So chick, why you Russian? They're like, oh, you're not from Russia. Oh, you don't get it. You don't get it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man. I think about the line where he was like, my dentist told me to floss two times a week. And I was like, yeah, okay.
I don't even remember that one.
Yeah.
But that sounds like some Nelly
my dentist told me
bro.
to floss on him. I was like,
yeah.
But, dang. Yeah, I remember that line too. You're not from Russia.
Yeah.
Man, you right, man. I guess it is the circle of life, right? The 80s, it started with somewhere. Lyricism was like the thing. Like, you couldn't even some people wouldn't even want to look at you, even give you a record deal if you could spit. And now it's about most of the production. The production and your bravado, right? The bravado rap.
Yeah.
Maybe in another, and it happens in decades. So maybe in another 10 years, it comes back. Or it's a blend of both.
Something to think about. Who had, maybe not, we don't answer this today. This will be a preview for the next episode.
All right, man, here you go. Let's give him the question for the week.
Who got the best beats, bro? Like, cause I got to say this, bro, that the beats have not declined, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Who got I hear some rappers spitting garbage over the hottest beats now. You know what I'm saying? That'd be a worthy topic one of these days.
So you saying who has the best beats? Like what generation?
Yeah, like eras. Yeah, we talking about eras.
What?
But I'm gonna tell you that like I go back and I listen to stuff from the '90s, and a lot of that stuff don't hit the same, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just it's pure nostalgia, Where some of the beats is like, damn, like that shit is simple and basic as hell. Like, I still love it. It was cool, but like, you compare it to some of the stuff we hear now, like it's not nearly as layered as I remember in my head. You know, things like that.
I'm gonna write that down. We come back to that though, because it's one rapper that come to mind where I feel like he still got it when it comes to production though.
All right.
But as we rap, man, definitely, man, Rob, you was on one, bro. So you got to get the people some words of encouragement, bro.
Right.
Don't piss off Peter.
For those who struggling with this election, just remember, presidents come and go, but Wu-Tang is forever.
Man, Wu-Tang is forever.
Man, that's what's up, bro. And man, so we definitely gonna kick it, man. We definitely be back next week. We gonna chop it up, man. Man, I'm just good to see y'all, man. DC, you come to the 90s party, bro?
Yeah, bro. We'll be there, bro. I already got it lined up, and I'm trying to get my wife to coordinate with me. We gonna see how it go. But I already got my thing. I'm ready,
man. Me too. I'm almost ready, man. I'm gonna be on y'all heads though.
Oh yeah.
I ain't telling y'all what it is though. What the vibes is though. We gonna see what it is, bro.
Happy birthday to the wife. She'll be turning a number. She'll be turning a number.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that on air.
A number on Thursday, right after this drop. So
all day.
Well, shoot, with that being said, man, I'll just say, man, happy anniversary to the wife. We just had our anniversary, 9 years.
Happy anniversary to y'all, bro.
Yeah, 9 years on the 12th. So, you know.
Yeah, that's
man,
right.
Happy birthday. Yep, definitely Rod's wife, Sylvia. She was on the show last season? Yeah, last season. You know, Sweets by Seal out here. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get a crib, holler at her, all of that good stuff, man. And yeah, man, happy birthday, happy anniversary, man. And always, man, Rod jumps in when he introduces himself with them 3 words. I'm going to end it with 3, bro. Kill the music!